Hey everyone, so Newsy did an interview, I believe yesterday, with the attorney for Jelani Day's family. So I'm gonna go over that with you real quick. It's just clips from it, things that I think are fairly important because they answer questions that we've had for a long time. So here we go. Actually, real quick, if you haven't seen my timeline video and the map video that I recently did, definitely go watch those first so that you know that you're all caught up for this part.
Does that mean you think the cause of death was foul play?
Absolutely. I have no doubt in my mind that
Why?
Jelani did not end up in that river willingly. I speak for the family when I say that we are confident that someone did something to Jelani. We don't know who that person is. We don't know what they did, but we feel very strongly, and the evidence points to someone else being involved in this.
Any evidence you can share with us? Because again, it is so scant. I know police like to keep things close to the vest, but what makes you so certain?
Jelani had never been to Peru, Illinois in his entire life. We have no indication he had any reason to be there. I actually went yesterday for the first time and saw the area where his car was found. No one who is not from Peru would know that area is there. Jelani did not put his car there. There's no way.
Yeah, so if you did watch my timeline video, I said the exact same thing. I am from the area. I know about that wooded area only because I had friends that lived in LaSalle, and there's a shortcut, there's a little trail in there that people would take to get up to the Y from LaSalle. So if you're from the area, you do know about that spot. But otherwise, I'm gonna doubt it.
Someone had to have put his car there. His car was found there. The car's license plates have still not been found. We still don't know where the car keys are. Jelani's phone has still not been found. Someone has to have those things.
A lot of very odd things there. Yeah, like a license plate taken off, the phone missing, pieces of clothing I think were like a mile away. So the timeline here, Hallie, it just does not add up for you, for the family. So he was seen in Bloomington, I think 9:20 a.m., but there's no trace of him driving, let's say an hour and a half away almost, to Peru, Illinois, where the car was found. We don't know of any, cell phone pings, no traffic cams, nothing?
That's correct. Everything goes dark after 9:20 a.m. on Tuesday, August 24th.
How's that possible in 2021? I mean, people know if you walk down the street.
That's a great question, and that's really what we're trying to find out.
Yeah, so I think we can all agree that makes little to no sense. It makes no sense that no cameras are anywhere that have seen his car or him or whatever. No cameras? It's 2021. How could that be possible? How?
Jelani, I understand, was 6'2", a black man, and he was in the city of Peru. I looked it up in the census. 95.3% white, 0.4% black. Wouldn't he stand out there?
Absolutely. And that's another reason that we have so many questions. How does his car end up there? How does a 6'2", 280-pound black body end up in the river and no one saw anything? In a town of 10,000 people, it makes no sense. And additionally, you asked, what other evidence is there? I can share with you that Jelani's wallet was found not in the same location as his car, not in the same location as his body, not at the same time. His school ID lanyard, he used an ID card to swipe into buildings on campus. You can actually see it in his hand there, and in the photo with the blue dress shirt. That was found in another location several miles away. It just doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. And if he were walking through a town of 10,000 white people on a Tuesday morning, someone would have seen it.
Absolutely. I think we can all agree that somebody, or probably multiple somebodies, have to know something. They had to have seen something. People don't just vanish into thin air. It doesn't happen.
Say.
Okay.
It's possible that Jelani went there to meet somebody. Um, we just don't know who that might be. Like I said, Jelani had no connections to Peru. He had never been there. We confirmed that through his prior cell phone records. So as far as we know, he had never been there. We don't know of anyone from there that he would have known.
Okay, so I will say that there are a lot of people from the LaSalle Peru area that do go to ISU. It's probably the most common school for people in this area to go to college. It's I think it's one of the closest universities that we have. So there are a lot of people from this area that do go there, but I'm not sure if Jelani knows any of them because it sounds like he didn't, right?
Jelani goes to school 7:20 a.m., then a marijuana dispensary at 9:12 a.m., and it is legal there where he is. Have investigators suggested there's a link to that?
I don't think so. Not to my knowledge. I think that was just an errand on a Tuesday morning.
Hallie, police say 9 agencies were involved in this. It seems some might have been more aggressive in pursuing clues than others. And we also know there can be such thing as too many cooks in a kitchen, fighting over jurisdiction. What effect did that perhaps have?
Honestly, I think it's had a huge effect. I know from Carmen's perspective, she has had really a lot of difficulty getting in touch with people, getting answers. That's how I came to get involved in this case. It had been 8 days and she wasn't getting answers, and I was contacted to try to help her get some answers. I would say definitely a lot of agencies involved, and that's definitely been a difficult thing. A lot of different jurisdictions, and in the beginning we didn't know where things had taken place. In the beginning, it was ISU Police Department and Bloomington Police Department, and then the car shows up in Peru, and then the clothes show up in LaSalle, and the body's in the river, and all of these different places. And I think that that's been a real problem because there isn't a point person. So some agencies have done a better job than others, and that's been really hard on the family.
I can't imagine how that could possibly make the family feel, honestly. It sounds like Carmen was saying that they basically just shut her out. And that's not okay.
Well, I think that's what Carmen was trying to tell us is, maybe in Bloomington they said, we're going to crack this. And then you get to Peru, different process, and then it takes, I think, like 9 days for LaSalle, the county, to drag the river or something. I don't know if I have all of that exactly correct, but the bottom point being, she felt like people dropped the ball. So what is the next move?
At this point, we're still looking for answers. We don't know why Jelani was in Peru. We do not know where his cell phone is. We don't know where the license plates are. We don't know how his car got there. Somebody knows something, and we need that person to come forward. I need that person to hear Carmen's grief in her voice. I need them to see the anguish in his father's face and the siblings that are missing, their brother. And I need them to come forward so that they can properly grieve Jelani, because they're not getting to do that right now because they don't have answers. And that's what they need. And we need people to come forward.
Absolutely. So, if you know anything about Jelani Day, his vehicle, or anything about this case whatsoever, you need to come forward. You need to come forward. We need to figure out what happened. Jelani's family needs to know what happened to them. They deserve to have closure. So if you know anything, please, please, please give that information to either law enforcement or the family's private investigator if you want to remain anonymous and not talk to police. I will have that information listed in my description. So if you know anything, please say something. Even if you think that it may not be important, say something. There's no reason to just sit on that. If you have anything at all that can help figure out what happened to Jelani Day. Remember, there is a reward for whoever can help find these answers to what happened to him. I believe it was 25,000 originally that his mother put up, and they also have a GoFundMe. So if you want to donate to that reward fund, I will have the link for the GoFundMe down below that was set up by his sister Dakara. I'll have that linked down below. You can go right to it and you can donate if you have anything that you can spare. And if not, just show the family some love and respect. Thank you. Peru Police Department is asking for help identifying this man who they refer to as a person of interest, not a suspect. They just want to talk to this person because they think that this person may have some information.